Greetings, everyone. Thank you. This is Joanna from Heavenly Radiance, Shamanic Tarot. Thank you so much for joining us today and tuning in. And I was inspired this morning in my meditation to bring forward um, the ideas and the concepts and the vibrational offerings of who we are as souls. Again, it's been part of my exploration the past year, is really diving deep within who we are as multidimensional beings, having a spiritual experience, a human experience, and harmonizing as all that we are as grander universal beings, and how that becomes the new templates that we create and walk upon and set for all of life in our own unique experiences. And as exploring ourselves as universal beings, multidimensional, multifaceted beings of holy light, the Christic vibration, activating our light bodies, understanding who we are as the sacred geometry and the sacred song of Source, Creator, Spirit, the universe of Spirit, Mother, Father, God, however we describe that all creator. And through my own awakenings, I was offered this morning, how can you release everything you've known about yourself and begin to get to know yourself new as the snake sheds its skin, truly releasing all limitations in every way. Because even our most expansive words that we would have in human form would limit us in some way. So to truly live within that infinite vibrational perspective of who we are as souls. And Archangel Michael has been helping me with my throat chakra and lots of clearing there. So there's been lots and lots of activations over these beautiful and profound portal energies. And our offering today will be that of the authentic soulful expression. So those are the vibrations that we'll sit with today. So if you'd like to, each offering of tarot healing, shamanic tarot healing, will bring forward a topic, and the cards will assist us in exploring those vibrations deeper with the all consciousness. That shamanic tarot means for me is allowing the all vibrations of all lifetimes that we've lived, now that we're living as souls, and allowing all of the wisdoms galactically, universally, planetarily, all of the shamanic skills to be activated and to perceive and to view and to open within the grander stories of what the metaphysical tools offer us. And tarot is just one experience and an example of that. But the shamanic tarot offers vibrational healing because of the gifts that I've come with and learned to explore and ever exploring in every moment. So grateful that I'm always being open to more and more gifts. And so this is an opportunity and a channel for me to further explore, more deeply explore the richness of who I've been as a healer, as a shaman in many different lifetimes, galactic and planetary shamanic lifetimes. And so I call in and we create sacred space. We pray and meditate over the cards for that topic of the day, soulful, authentic expression. And what does that mean? How can we go about in our everyday life practically using our multidimensional gifts so that we live as the liberated soul that we've always been meant to be, that sovereign, liberated, creative, exploratory experience of love. And that's what we offer here, is the vibrational healing through sacred sound, through sacred tones, through the vibrations that are offered through all that I am as a portal of light, as the sacred geometry of all that I am, through my hands, through my voice, through all that I am as a soul. And we've called the healing teams Now, Future, Now Moment. So if you listen to this again and again and again, you'll have the various teams come forward for your highest and your best, as long as you're intending and opening in that way. And the universal energies, the Gaia consciousness, the wildlife consciousness, the Elohim, the archangels, the ascended masters, the councils of light, the galactic federations, and all of the beings that we move and live with through various light programs on now and concurrent now moments. Because as we're opening into these informations and wisdoms now, as we're activating all that we are as a universal being, so too do those go into the consciousness fields of the all. And I had a lovely connection yesterday or the day before from a being from a beautiful starship that I'm connected with, and they're studying the activations that as we're moving through ascension and as we're opening all that we are as the divine source being, how that information flows into the causal fields. The causal fields are the Christ consciousness fields, the God fields, the fields that we create. And we've often talked about this in our offerings, is that everything is God consciousness. So as we activate the space as sacred in the various ways that we can, activate all that you are as a portal of light, the fields that you walk within, clearing and cleansing and healing, then you're living as that higher, more refined being of light. So that the sacred geometry that you are begins to oscillate and spin in a higher, refined, more vibrant color. You're clearing and cleansing and understanding that you're an oscillating sacred geometry shape. And so that our understanding of who we are through all of creation and all these points, as I've talked about before, is that when we heal a soul fragment, this is the soul fragment that's been coming in for us to heal, if we're just using this point as an experience, existence, but we're actually all of it. This soul fragment, you're calling it in to heal. This soul fragment, through your love, compassion, and forgiveness and pure self-acceptance, becomes whole with all of the other fragments that you've healed. So that every time you call in a soul fragment to your divine center, the Holy Mother, Father of you, the Spirit of you, the soul of you is healing and loving, so that you become a radiant being of holy light. And it begins to turn and spin and oscillate through healings. And what I've seen is the toroidal spin, that we can begin using our hands and our intentions and our sound and our color to assist in future higher consciousness healings. So that's going to be another field of exploration for me as well. But to bring it in a practical perspective, because there's so many people that are awakening, and the process of awakening is to live as your most expansive self, that reunification process, when you're calling in those soul fragments, when you're releasing the density, when you're releasing limitation, to live as the fully expanded self essence, the whole self, the reunification of who you are as source, the divine balance of male, the divine balance of female, harmonized together as the God, Mother, Father. So we are each becoming whole. And so in this experience, it's been really exciting for me to feel into who I am as a soul. Not being limited as the personality perspective that have been filled with limiting beliefs and limiting notions and imprints and lineage imprints and collective imprints that we're all here to release and let go of. And so our offerings at Heavenly Radiance is embedded with the foundation of understanding that you begin at the point of the universal laws, that you are infinitely, universally, infinite, eternal, loving light. You're infinite. And begin there as your foundation of affirmations, intention, radiance. That is what we are allowing ourselves to clear and cleanse and truly illuminate forward. We've always been it. It's not something you have to go get. You've always been heavenly and radiant. You know, if this was a glowing orb as the flame, this is the color that we are. It's the color of the flame. And every time we call in that soul fragment that's been shadowed from limiting beliefs, then we make it as the flame is. You are as your name is, as the Holy Mother had gifted me a couple of weeks back, a couple of months back perhaps, of standing in that power and standing in your truth. Every gift that you have, every wisdom that you have, everything that is within you, you've always been. As you allow yourself to soulfully live your authentic expression of who you are, then you allow all other aspects of you to illuminate and affect the causal field, the field of the all, the consciousness fields of Gaia, the consciousness fields of the collective. Your heart radiance, your authentic offering affects the all. And so in my meditation this morning, I had a beautiful awareness of my soul. Again, the soul is with us in every moment, every experience. But it was like, I've put it in human terms, the human experience, where you've been away from a circle of friends or family that meant a lot to you, and perhaps you've been away from them for so very long. But now that we've reached this aspect of consciousness, this awareness of consciousness, that we're more than we thought we were, that we have far more gifts, far more intuitiveness, far more creative exploration than we've ever known. And this group of friends has always reminded you of this. They've shown you what you've created together. They've shown you your wisdoms and your intelligences, knowing that they're all you in various aspects of dimensionality. There are various aspects of you in form. There are various aspects of you in your unique specialization. And all of those aspects of the soul are coming together in this lifetime to live through you so that we can create new templates of reality, light templates, light worlds, light galaxies, and light universes. Because it's always going on an expansive potentiality. We are the all. So as we see ourselves as the all, this family and group of friends arrive at your door, and it's such a beautiful release and relief and tearing away of the old skin that we thought we were limited. This whole family of divine united beings is you. And they're happy in every moment that you engage with you as the soul. And so when we prepare our sacred space and we invite ourselves into awakening and activating the authentic soul expression, first acknowledging that I'm a divine, infinite, eternal soul. I am vast and I am beautiful and I'm expansive, I'm infinite. As far as the mind, and at every station that the physical mind, the higher mind, all that you are is a multidimensional being, your physical, mental, emotional, etheric, higher vibrational bodies, the higher chakras, all that we are as a being in this physical reality can experience the all. And every station that we transcend to, the expansiveness, that understanding of infinite is going to change. And that's what really ascension is. It's not a particular fifth dimensional experience, if you will, although that's what we're all creating as we explore. But who's to say that we can't go farther than that and already are? Because there's moments in which we create and we experience sixth and seventh and eighth dimensional moments. We're just not knowing it or calling it anything, and it doesn't matter. But why limit? Let's be our most expressive soul self, because the aspects that you have as your soul, as soon as you transcend one limiting belief and you release those through forgiveness and healing and full acceptance of what those have brought you and taught you and allowed you to share and know about yourself, then you allow that soul aspect to call in that other higher vibration to assist you in this new now moment that's expanding in that now experience of who you are now as the greater knowingness of you. So everything you transcend, you're always calling in greater information to create another field. So you step upon what you create now. So allow the authentic soul vibration. Who are you? And have those reflective moments that as you're beginning those beautiful days of experience and exploration and your own expression of who you are, to offer yourself the soft musing, the soft loving musing, because to experience yourself as a soul requires that you soften. You soften within your divine sacred heart and call all of your consciousness in through your divine sacred breath. Call all of your consciousness in and radiate that condensed focus at your divine sacred heart, which is in the very center of your body. It's just up from your navel, and it's at the very center of your chest, I would say. And your soul, and you can feel this vibration of the family of you coming forward and offering its wisdoms and offering its loves, ever reminding you of who you are in all dimensions, all reminding you who you are in all intelligences and all aspects of who you've come here to explore and experience and express yourself as. It's a team, family, group, council dynamic experience. But one must soften within the heart to release all judgments, all definitions of who we thought we were, because those block the heart from opening. And I've experienced so many lifetimes of persecution, so many lifetimes of not accepting who I was because it wasn't what the reality or the social experiences were wanting me to conform to. So I slowly but surely shut all of my gifts down, and therefore having to reawaken them and re-explore them and re-examine them and re-examine who I am as a soul. Who am I as a soul, and what do I want to explore today? And be soft with it, be loving with it, be open in the exploration, because it's like that group of lovely beings that love you unconditionally, without judgment, without damnation in any way whatsoever. It's unconditional love. In all the mistakes and all the fallings that we've created for ourselves, it's always unconditional, because they've always brought us to a greater awareness of who we truly are, that we'll always be accepted, we will always be loved. And through our trials and tribulations, the all is learning through the process. What we thought was an easy, what might have been an easy journey came with many other deliberations, because we are using those as the stepping stones to help others in future generations that we have no idea um, how how they're traversing their paths and how challenging they've made it for themselves. But our reflections and our paths can assist in opening the gateway to say there's ways that we can allow ourselves to live freely. And so it's never for naught. Um, there's always in every moment the ability to call that positive, loving experience, because it's always there. It's innately in every experience, the positive underlying awareness that you're pure love, infinite love. So no matter what you're exploring, no matter how dark and how shadowy it may appear, it will always have the core essence of it to be as bright as that flame. It's meant to, it is, because you are. It's the beliefs and the perspectives and the ideologies and the conformity and the subjugations and all of those things that we're all imprinted with, that we're each here to explore and expand within and express within and experience within something new. To do so as the soul, because the soul has all of our wisdom. The soul has the unconditional love. The soul has all that we need to heal our bodies, to heal our minds. They've been with us in every lifetime. They know exactly what we need and how we need it. We are the vessel through which we activate, through which we intend, through which we focus, through which we use our magic, through which we use our skills and our gifts to come forward and create those new templates. So it's a unification of source in every way. You as the soul, you as the intelligence, you as the magician, you as the vessel, you as the co-creator of your field, to co-create what you're excited to co-create. I choose to co-create in this moment of now a beautiful sacred space through which all of the heavenly councils and the heavenly beings and all of the healing teams be present in this moment to bring forward the highest shamanic experience and the beautiful soulful wisdoms that we each need, and that each may be activated and each may be massaged and soothed into the most highest beautiful vibration of who they are as an authentic loving soul of source creator. The balancing of the male and the female, the bringing forward and the awakening to the greatest gifts of who they are as pure love and pure light, to explore it in their most authentic and creative, unique way. For each of us are the unique puzzles. Each of us are the unique ambassadors to greater light, to greater wisdoms, to greater care, to greater harmony and sharing and caring and great joy for our planet, as our planet is now co-creating with us in the vibrations that she is holding and opening within this experience. So we create the fields, we create our intentions, and to live as the soul allows it to be so expansive, because we're not just pulling on one aspect of ourselves, we're pulling on the all of us. So how can we offer and invite that intention forward? I offer to allow myself, I give myself permission that in this day, I live as my most authentic, soulful, divine, infinite, eternal self. What can my soul show me today? The gifts that I hold, the joy and the pleasure to be me, because that's the softening. I want to soften into this beautiful relationship of getting to know me again, of learning to love me again as a beautiful soul. Releasing the perspectives of personality that kept me confined and confused oftentimes, resisting who I was as a dynamic being of holy light, with many, many gifts to share. Releasing the personality that kept me small. And I say small only in the ideas that I held about myself. So I choose today to walk forward with the purity, with the deep and the loving intention for me to explore through pure loving intent who I am as a soul. I set these intentions. I set my focus today so that I am aware at every level. Multidimensionally, I am aware. I will hear and I will see and I will know and I will feel into all that I am as a soul. So that I'm gifted those synchronicities every moment, but now I'm awake to them. I'm going to allow my soul to speak to me in all the ways that my soul can, through song, through sound, through the flora and the fauna, through the beautiful animals that I can telepathically connect with. I am a divine sacred soul and I am infinite in my gifts and I am open, fluid, and living as source. And I will soften into this beautiful experience of who I am as a soul. Because I want to get to know me in a beautiful and soft way now. I want to be able to explore all that I am in a beautiful and soft way. Who am I today? And I'm going to allow myself to experience myself in a different way without judgment, without the definitions and the precursors or the expectations, and I release it all. for that limits me. Even in my highest expectation, I release it. For I surrender all that I am to Source, the Holy Mother, the Holy Father, Spirit, God, the eternal experience of light and love. I surrender all that I am to love. Today I will walk as infinite love. Today I will explore myself as infinite love. Today I will allow my soul to come forward and sing and talk and hear and seek greater joy and greater love. For I know that I am the sacred geometry of love. I understand that I activate and I access greater love and light within all that I am. For I am a shaman of light. I am an earth angel. I am all that I am in this now moment, and it goes beyond definition. And I allow myself to activate all that I am and authentically express myself all that I am. I am that I am, infinite, eternal. I am one with Source. And you create that portal, and you create that vortex of light. You can see the beautiful timing of the Source Mother Father within our central sun coming forward now to be a part of this beautiful song and activation of authentic soul expression. Sacred soul, sacred soul, sacred soul, sacred soul of love and light. Oh. And now, what would the sacred tarot for our shamanic tarot experience? Calling in the highest angels again in holy light, the universal energies and wisdoms. What messages do you have for us today to explore how we may authentically express who we are? Authentic, soulful expression, to soften in who we are and just allow to come forward what comes forward, whether that may be a healing, whether that may be an activation, whether that may be a new integration of knowledge, and to just allow it and release the control and release the expectations of what you thought had to happen, how you thought things had to unfold. And that's been a big part of my lessons, is because I've always I've had the experience of being a light worker and coming here to create and co-create and manifest. But oftentimes there's a balancing act that comes with crystalline energy, is that we've come to do great work, and we have such passion and such vibrancy and force at times to get things done. And oftentimes there's a great balancing act to part of what we're being offered now in fifth dimensional experiences is to live in a soft and flowing experience with Source. And it's a great allowance. It's much different than the third and fourth dimensional frequencies. The fifth dimensional frequency is loving allowance. That's the soulful expression. It's a loving allowance. If you're forcing or trying to fit yourself into an expectation or a definition or a role, then that's not living authentically as the soul, because the soul is far grander than anything that we can describe or co-create. And we only allow ourselves to do that through the vibration of allowance. Okay, and see these two cards. So thank you, Divine. These are some of my favorite decks. Sacred Rebel deck by Alana Fairchild. I love her decks. And so these, what is already with you, and the diving for light. And so I love the symbolisms here. And the shamanic stories are telling us again, you can see that this shape here is the very center of this card. You see the sacred geometry there. And it's what is already with you. And as we were explaining this morning, how these stories come vibrationally within, that all that we are as a vibrational energy of totality in intelligence, totality in wisdom, totality in unconditional love that we have to offer, that we have to experience and explore. For many of us are learning to accept and receive unconditional love, which is a part of our healing, which is a part of our expansiveness. As we allow ourselves to receive unconditional love, as we allow ourselves to know, to soften and to know that we are unconditional love, in that allows us to simultaneously attract and call into us unconditional love. So it's a healing process. And to know yourself as a soul is that there is infinite love that will always be offered and gifted to live through you as you open and allow yourself to acknowledge yourself as love, to behave and integrate yourself as love. Again, that's the cycles of ascension. So you're allowing yourself to acknowledge that you're something new. That's one of the first stages of awakening and ascension, is to acknowledge that I choose to live in a different way now. This doesn't work for me anymore. You're acknowledging that what was is no longer working. You're then allowing yourself to creatively explore what you choose to now experience. So your higher self and all that you are is now evolved. Your higher self sent you an inspiration, or you've co-created an experience with those around you or others around you, or just within yourself through a dream, or however it might have come about, to say that that's not working. Your higher self is then working with you and all of your soul to say, okay, what can you do now? Do you want to get to know who you are at a soul level? Because you're far grander than you think. Let's take off a veil. Let's remove some of the density. Let's remove some of the packaging that you thought you yourself to be. Then you go exploring. You begin calling in information. You begin meditating. You begin dreaming and calling in those wisdoms and informations from your teams to show me what I need to know in my dreams tonight so that I can explore what's already within me. And how can I then begin acting and behaving and putting it into action? And as you do so, you begin to see your reality become different, because not only have you acknowledged yourself to be something more than you thought, you are taking action to choose a new behavior. You're allowing yourself to practice new energies. You're allowing yourself to explore and investigate, to discern, and then start putting it into your daily regime of exploring yourself as a fluid being of light. And that's taking everything that is within you and allowing it to live through you in new ways, so that in every moment that you practice a new gift or skill, in every moment that you speak your truth, in every moment that you walk a new way, in every moment that you feed your body what it needs, in every moment that you allow yourself positive thoughts, everything is becoming a part of your new reality, and it begins to spin and cycle into something new, because you are creating it from within. And so all that you need and all that you desire to become that authentic expression of who you are as a soul is within you, waiting for you to acknowledge yourself as such. I acknowledge myself as the divine infinite being of holy light. I desire to know myself, how I may communicate as such, how I may move my body as such, how I may appreciate and love my body as such, how I may know myself with great wisdom and intelligence, and to offer it forward for the service and the greatness of the all. This is all within me. I know this. I know it. This is why it feels so good. This is why I get those goosebumps. This is why I get those beautiful affirmations and those beautiful words and symbols and numbers and letters, and the universe is communicating with me in every way, with nature, with sounds through nature. And there's the song of Gaia that's coming through right now, and there's such a vibration within the earth that's singing to us, and we can feel it just as we soften into our sleep. And she sings to us every night as the beautiful, great mother that she is. And the songs that she sings to say, coming back to life, dear ones, you're my children, come back to life. There's great light and great joys that we have with one another, dear ones. Come and play upon my soils. Come and dance and swim upon my beaches and my lakes. Come and play and come and play. Let us co-create together. And we can hear the sound of Gaia. We can hear her song changing and shifting as we awaken and we release the old and outdated limiting beliefs, and we live as an eternal, beautiful, unfurling soul that's changing and evolving in every moment that we so desire. I choose to know myself as ever evolving. I am infinite. Infinite means I am infinite. There are no ceilings. There are no walls. I am infinite. And how may I explore my wisdoms today as an infinite, authentic, soulful expression? How may I allow myself to be the most expansive, glorious light that I am? For I know I am infinite. I am infinite light. I am infinite light. I am infinite light. And so too I am that I am. It sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. And the diving for light, such a beautiful, beautiful card. The symbolism's coming forward with this. What's coming to me right now is the beautiful waves up from the head, because the last 4 or 5 years, as I've been awakening my galactic fields and my galactic higher ears and audible sounds, The information and the wisdoms that I get, and I can feel downloads coming into my field, they occur in waves like this. I can feel the hits and the pings and the tingles as I'm calling in information, or as I'm being worked on, or as every different aspects of my field are being worked on. And so the wisdoms from my intentions and the third eye and the throat chakra and all that I am as a being are coming up to explore and live through me. And the diving for light, for me, means something different. It means becoming light. The diving for light in this particular oracle, how it's stated is that know that in regardless of whatever you're moving through, your ability to hold your own light often comes when we have to seek it, because it's always within us. And oftentimes, because of what we're enmeshed in and what we've created around us, doesn't seem like light at all. And we have to dive for it at times. But for me, in this story, from where we're moving from this story vibration over here, is that the becoming of light is your intention and your knowing that moment for moment acknowledging of who you are as greater light. Every moment you can acknowledge yourself as greater light. I choose to acknowledge myself as greater light now. I am greater light now. I am greater light now than I was a moment ago. And it's because I'm allowing light to live through me with no expectation, with no control, with no hindrances, with no format of how my light should look. Because if I open my soul with unconditional trust that I express and I become the fullest light that I can, that unconditional trust will allow it to become something far greater and grander than I ever thought it could. Because at the level that we are, and there's no judgment on this, but if we allow ourselves to surrender completely into the path of Source Creator, we can become anything and everything, because our soul at the highest levels is sown with Source. And at any moment, our soul can say, this is what's really needed in the collective. This is what the soul really wants at the highest level. Let's go in this way now. And you unconditionally trust. You trust your guides. You trust your higher self. You trust the creative expansiveness that your soul has a desire for you to experience here. We may have it blocked and shaded at times because the ego thinks that because we only see things a certain way, or we have expectations, or we have definitions on what our life should look like, that closes that perspective and that potential down. So it's about us opening into the infinite and eternal light of always becoming, of ever becoming light, of ever seeking the light, of ever allowing the light, of ever exploring and expressing our own light. And it comes to us in our fields within the all for us to say, what was that download? I know that I'm going to need it because I really want to move with light. And this is what the seahorses rarely connect and attach to things. They spend most of their time just free flowing. It's like Free Falling, the Tom Petty song. I think it was Tom Petty. Free falling. And it's really about them just going with the wave, just going with whatever's going on in front of them, and they're just riding it. And when there's other fishes around, if you've often seen them in the tanks, there's other fishes that are far grander than them. They know who they are. They're just going with it. They have very little on their bodies to allow them to scurry and scatter away. If we want to talk about the vibration of predator and prey energies. That seahorses come here from my interpretation, and same with the unicorns, because they're very similar in consciousness energy. They've come here knowing that they hold their own. They're going to manifest with who they're going to manifest, and they just ride it. There's very little apparatus on their bodies for them to scurry and scatter away. They come with the innate ability to be the light, to be themselves, to be their soulful expression in whatever form that they carry, in whatever consciousness arrangement that they have with Source Creator and Gaia and all of life consciousness. Every aspect of life and consciousness is a shamanic lesson for us to become and to be and to explore and to express all that we are authentically and practically. And to allow yourself to just observe and to discern, and to allow your higher heart and your higher self and your soul to say, what is feeling most exciting to me? How can I live my most vibrant, loving self? Because you know what? I really want to have my life move in a new direction. And the only way I can do that is by intending and acknowledging that I can live differently. And I'm going to call it in, and it will be brought in. Those experiences and synchronicities will be brought to you because you're asking for it. I'm calling in a higher vibrational experience today. I want to live as my highest light. I am being light, and I have all I need. The nature will show me, source will show me, Gaia will show me, everybody will show me everything that I am activating because I am one with source. Those source particles of the higher intention and the throat and all that you are is culminating and conversing, and they're co-tangling and entangling with you. It's the entanglement of quantum love. Source is quantum consciousness in all things. It's the dance, and we're the navigators and masters of it. So thank you for those beautiful stories. And then we're going to go to oh wow, we talked about this too, the archangel cards. And the archangel cards is 7 of Gabriel. And stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, and claim your personal power. So that's exactly what we were talking about, to live as your authentic soulful self. Because the experiences that we've created in the human reality experience has taught us so very much about conformity and subjugation, and the experiences that fear has taught us to fit in, to conform at the earliest of ages. So we come into certain vibrations where to live as an authentic soul, it creates the allowance for us and the portal of opportunity for us to truly stand within our light, regardless of whatever we face, to say that I have every tool within me, and the past has taught me as the greatest teacher. I'm calling forward the wisdoms and the intelligences so that I can authentically live as the most expansive soul that I am. And I have exactly what it takes to transcend anything that stands before me and to create it my own way. For I'm one with source. I know that if I call forward that activation to live in my highest, to express all that I am as my highest and my best, that all no longer serves will be there to show you and to test you. Are you ready to move on? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And then it will just fall away, and you'll create those new reality vibrations where those will no longer be tests. They'll be different tests of a higher vibration. So there will be those moments where you have to stand and say, I've never done this before. I've never offered my shamanic gifts before, but I'm going to do so. I'm going to come in and create something brand new. I'm going to create the universal sounds and the tones that I know are within me, that I know that go into this earthly reality field to create something new for the all, because there's fields that need that activation. There's children and there's families that need those activations. There's the flora and the fauna that need that activation. And I'm going to trust myself. I'm going to trust that the shaman within me, galactic and earthly, the universal presence within me, that all that I do within my intention to live soulfully as I am, my authentic expression, serves the greater good. And I will stand and I will be in peace in that. I am the peace of my authentic soul expression. That's what brings you inner peace, is soulfully living as you are, in all ways that you can. And this is why we're saying healthy lifestyle. As you're living as your authentic expression, you will know what foods serve you and what don't. You begin to seek out different foods, seek out different vibrations of wisdoms and informations. The vibrations you'll just discern what feels good and what doesn't. Letting go of things that no longer serve you. Standing and rising above conflict, and bringing in compassion and understanding, and being the mediator, and being the bringer of light and the becoming of light, so that in all situations we show peace, in all situations we love, even for those that are seemingly causing us the greatest challenge or conflict, to love and forgive and release and let go. And those are all that we do through our soul fragment healing. To accept all that you are unconditionally, accept that you're in the situation and the experiences for higher reasons than you might know right now. So accepting it so that you can move beyond it. Allowing yourself to know that there's greater and grander lessons that will serve the growth of your soul and the love of your soul. And that's through unconditional love. Forgiving yourself and all others for those experiences because they're attached and connected to all of the timelines. And you're opening up the thread of vibrational love through all dimensions, all realms. And allowing yourself to accept yourself as someone new and move forward. And it can be a really quick process and allows you to greatest health and healing. So that you're choosing different relationships, you're choosing different words, you're choosing different thoughts, you're choosing different vibrations, you're choosing different behavior, and you're exploring and learning about you in the softest and most beautiful way that, we're going to stumble and we're going to fall sometimes, but you have the power and you have the light within to become more light. To know that I'm going to get up, I'm going to shake myself off, and I'm going to explore who I am as a soul, because I am infinite. I want to be healthy. I care about my thoughts. I care about my body. I care about what I offer in the world, and I care about being my best. I'm the only one that can live my greatest life. And I choose to be that now. I choose to be authentic. Your authenticity creates health. It just does. Greater balance in the mind, greater balance in the mental body. If you're feeling many of our imbalances are because of mental depression and oppression, because we haven't had that creative ability to explore and express who we have been in the most loving and unconditional way, because it's always been judged, either by ourselves or by others or by society, having to conform to so many constrictions. And this one is the keepers of the earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And that's lovely because we're calling in the ancient, the beautiful ancestors of holy light, and allowing that your intentions, just to open your divine sacred heart and call in the ancient beautiful shamans from inside earth, and as well as the galactic portal, allow us to remember and align and call in the various councils of light and the various councils serving the light, inner earth, galactic, and all above, that remind us and activate us and help us move about the planet in harmonious ways and use the planet as the gift that it has been gifted in a co-creative relationship through unconditional love and service. She has been servicing humanity for so very long, and we've ignored and abused her offerings. So how can we come together as a community to share, as a community to express who we are as heavenly radiance, to express and explore all that we are with her? Because there's great things that we will co-create with her, beautiful sacred sites that are for the blessing and the communion of who we are as souls. To release the fears and the limitations and the conformities about who might approve and who might not approve, but to live authentically within who you are regardless. And they're the keepers of the earth that we're totally connected with, because us living authentically is absolutely connected with how we live authentically with Gaia. Communicate with her and love her and feel those communions, back and forth communions, and teaching us. And oh, this is beautiful. Your guidance is divinely guided. That's beautiful. How beautiful is this? Our living as authentic souls. And the final message of our tarot healing, our shamanic tarot healing, is your guidance is divinely guided, the Akash. So we are awakening and activating various aspects of our Akash. And our Akash is multidimensional. Our Akash is all that we are as the soul living in multidimensional realms and vibrations, coming forward in this moment of now to cheer you on and to inspire you that you are meant to live an authentic soul. You're meant to take and carry forward your temple work, your ashram work. You're here to carry forward the reverence and the beauty that you have for Gaia and the various elements that she has that we have within us that begin to heal and activate our bodies in different ways. The wisdoms and the knowledge that we have between crystals and colors, and to bring them forth in a new fifth dimensional way. And this is what shamanic wisdom for me has been about, is to activate what we've always done, but bring it into a new fifth dimensional perspective through the soul. The soul is our portal to fifth dimensional co-creation. It allows us to be all that we have ever been and all that we will ever be in this now moment. By being the light of who we are, by allowing our authentic expression to know that what is within has already been all that we are. And we're here to co-create it in our most expressive and exploratory way, and to release all fears, to know that as I walk in faith of who I am authentically, as I open to who I am authentically, as I know that my expressions and my explorations are divinely guided, I know that all will be served and I'm living my highest and best life. And it becomes a fluidic process that you don't have to force or look for or seek. And the beautiful type A personality that I've always been all my life, to get things done. Because that's the ego. What can I accomplish today and finish today? As opposed to just opening up and loving yourself and living fully as who you are. Therefore, you open up the portal of greater divine consciousness light. And so thank you. What a beautiful session today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We hope you've enjoyed that. And allow yourself to softly just sit and drop to your heart. Open your heart with pure unconditional love, with your pure loving intention. And if you have to just shake your body about and be silly for a little bit, that helps break the tensions of those conformities that we carry around with us as we're out in social situations and social bindings. And allow yourself to say, I'm going to live more authentically today, and I'm going to put away the masks. I'm going to choose to live with a smile on my face. I'm going to choose to sing and dance, and I'm going to choose to be more authentic today. And how does that feel for me? And then reflect upon it. And take those baby steps into breaking free into new patterns, so that you're feeling your wings moment by moment by moment, just moving into creation and moving into these new templates of co-creation, because you're allowing yourself to explore all that you are as greater light. So muse about authentic expression of your soul. You're vast, you're infinite, and you have so many expressions that you can tap into at any moment. You can acknowledge it and call it forward. I call my soul forward to live through me today. And without judgment, I will allow. I will surrender into my vastness. I will surrender into the unconditional love. I will surrender into my infinite vastness of who I am. I am the all. Pure unconditional love. Thank you, dear lighted ones. And with that, we say namaste and goodbye.